Sadhguru's Teachings.
There is a physical memory of remembering where you came from. If you just as much as hold somebody's hand, you will develop runanubandha. Physical memory, beyond a certain point that what you pick up, will cause a certain level of confusion. Many of you have noticed this, certain days your body seems to be confused. So, we created various systems to cleanse. We were talking about what is referred to as runanubandha, which means certain physical memory. Body has its own memory. Today there are lots of experiments to partially prove some of these things. Let's say your father, okay, I'm just picking on him because I thought you wouldn't mind. Your father, let's say when he was a child, he liked round objects. He played with round pebbles, round this, round that. Let's say he developed a certain level of involvement with them. When you grow up, without knowing why, you'll start liking round things. Maybe you don't find pebbles anymore when you're growing up. So you'll pick on something else. Whatever you choose, you will tend to choose that kind of thing. These things are proven beyond doubt that these repetitions happen. This is simply because you carry a certain genetic material. Runanubandha means the physical memory that you carry within you. This can happen because of blood relationship. This can also happen due to sexual relationship. That body has a certain memory. Runanubandha is not like genetic factors being transmitted from parent to child, not on that level. There is a physical memory of remembering where you came from. Not necessarily in terms of tone of your skin, shape of your nose, how you're built, your race, not that. It is just that if you just as much as hold somebody's hand, you will develop runanubandha. This is why in India if you come, people will do like this. They don't want to do that. We will love you like this. And there are many things, they won't give certain substances. Nobody will give salt to you or will receive salt from you. If you try to give them salt, you'll say, keep it here. They don't want to take it from your hands. The till or the sesame seeds, they won't take it from you. Certain types of soils, nobody will receive it from you. If you want to give soil to somebody, any kind of soil, there are rituals where soil is given, always you keep it down, I'll pick it from there. Never take it from somebody's hands, because you will develop runanubandha. Physical memory, beyond a certain point that what you pick up, will cause a certain level of confusion. Confusion, not here, this confusion is a different thing, that is something you have earned. But physical confusion, if the body is confused, it can't come to ease. It is… many of you have noticed this, certain days your body seems to be confused. Have you noticed this? Wherever you sit somehow. Another day you sit down, So, we created various systems to cleanse. One thing is fire wash, air wash. Really? Of course, the water wash every day. When I was in a period of time when I was into lot of sadhana, I would have somewhere between 5 to 7 showers a day. Because your system becomes so sensitive, you sat on this cushion, now you're conscious what this cushion is doing to you. So you want to wash, at least just water running over your body. 5 to 7 days, 7 times a day. This is not like calculated, I must do it 5 times or 7 times. Whenever you feel like… Most yogis have shower at least twice a day, minimum. Usually it's a dip in the river. Just at least once you dip in flowing water so that you're washed clean. Those who are doing sadhana, even today in the ashram, none of the brahmacharis are allowed to even wash their clothes in a common place. Everybody washes their clothes separately. So, we can't put a washing machine and put everybody's clothes in it and do it, it would be easier. But we will not do it because all of them are doing sadhana and everyone has their own specific characteristic. We don't want it all mixed up because it'll not work. If we have to mix it up, then every wash we will have to coat it with soil. You don't know this probably. All the sannyasis, all the sadhus and sannyasis always use very fine sieved mud, red earth to color their clothes. Entire ashram is painted like this because it's just soil we used, okay? Soil with a certain… a certain adhesive sticks like paint. And all buildings in the ashram were painted like this. And all sadhus, sannyasis, those who are on spiritual path, wash their clothes with red earth, filtered earth, with that they wash, so that's why that color, that's how it's come. So either you must wash separately or every time you must coat it with some soil material so that the runanubandha, the only runanubandha that you hold is with the earth, not with people around you, not with things around you, just with the plant. That is okay, because if you wear clothes, because the word soil here is used differently, if you wear soiled clothes no, not like that. Dipped in red earth, if you wear these clothes, in some way, it is a reminder for the body as to where it comes from and where it'll go. So, those who are on the spiritual path always use clothes which have been dipped in filtered red earth. Actually, they're white clothes turned into mud color because it's been constantly washed with filtered earth.
They were in the concentration camp in Germany at that time, World War II. They come and call numbers. Those numbers had gone to the gas chamber. There is a young man, his number is called. The guy's terrified. A rabbi came up to him and said, "Son, don't fear this like this." A few days later, the war ended and this man lived.
It's a very beautiful incident that happened.
It's a guy who, I wrote about it later. They were in the concentration camp in Germany at that time, World War II. And every day they come and call numbers. Those numbers have gone to the gas chamber. So when they call out numbers, people hide under that, they'll be dragged, beaten and taken. It's a horrible thing. So you don't know, tomorrow your numbers may be called. Every day they live in terror. Tomorrow it could be my number. Because they have a certain capacity for the gas chamber. They can only take that many numbers per day. And also for the world, they don't want to look like a whole concentration camp died in one day. They died slowly out of sickness and illness and this and that. So every day, 15, 20 numbers will be called and they have to go. So one day, there is a young man, his number is called. The guy's terrified, he doesn't want to go, he's shivering and crying and this. A rabbi came up to him and said, "Son, don't fear this like this." And he took off his shirt, gave it to him, "You wear my shirt with my number, I'll wear yours." In that fear and that overwhelmed with the possibility of death, he took out his shirt and gave it to him. The rabbi wore the shirt and went to the gas chambers. A few days later, the war ended and this man lived. And somebody actually wore your shirt and went. He could have lived. And this fellow, his whole life was transformed because of this, that this rabbi actually walked to death, knowing fully well where he's going, no chance.
When a man is like this, for him attaining is no problem. He doesn't have to go and die in the gas chamber. But just being like this, that I'm willing to keep myself aside and do what's needed right now. Just very casually, no big fanfare about it. Now for this man, knowing the ultimate is not far away, it is very simple. Gautama said, when you're really hungry, when you badly need food, if you give away your food to somebody else, you will become stronger, not weaker. No logical human being would accept such nonsense, but it's 100% truth. If you know how to give away that which matters most to you at a certain moment, it leaves you enormously capable, enormously strong, not weak. To have that strength to give away what matters to you is not a small strength, it's a tremendous strength, isn't it? To give away things which don't matter to you, that means nothing. To give away that which matters most to you is everything, isn't it? Right now, what matters most to you is yourself, of course, isn't it? You say, no, my child, my husband, my wife, it's not true. What matters most to you is yourself, isn't it? If you can give yourself up, if you can just throw yourself into something, not because it is going to buy you a ticket to heaven, not because you will realize mukti out of it, not because of anything, simply to give away. Ramana said, Atmagnanam ati sulabham. Knowing the ultimate, self-knowledge is the easiest thing, it is, if you know how to keep yourself aside.
When we make an attempt to break the threshold of where we are, it can lead to lots of confusion. For those aspects for which you have no answers, I will answer. Just deepen the question. Just make the question very intense within you. I will take care of the answer.
Sadhguru's Teachings.
What is it that is exactly happening at the moment of death? Though it doesn't need any expertise to die, but there is a whole lot of science as to how to die. Life comes in that way, goes out that way. If you are here just as life, that's the nature of life. That's the way life is. Whether you're ready or not, you will die when it comes. It doesn't take any expertise. Many aspects of life demand expertise. Death is not like that. If I shoot you in the head, you'll die even if you don't know anything about it, perfectly well, isn't it? That's the beauty of death. Life is not like that. Whatever you do, you'll always look back and say, oh, I could have done it better. Isn't it? Isn't it? Life is not like that, but death is this is the advantage with it. You don't have to have any knowledge about it. You can die perfectly well. Now, what is it that is exactly happening at the moment of death? Either your life can be shocked out of your body, boom, it's shocked out of your body, because the body became suddenly unable to contain life, it spilled out. Or it can be squeezed out of the body, or it can be tortured out of the body. Now you drank yourself to a state where your liver is in tatters. Now life still wants to be there, but body is squeezing life out, it's torturing it out. It becomes… you will see people go into disease and people beg, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. Then a time comes when it becomes unbearable, then they say, I want to die. Have you seen this happen? Because now the body has become such a torture. You are seeking death as a relief, not as a transcendence. It's just a relief. When life process becomes extremely painful, people will seek death because they see it as a relief. They are not seeing it as a possibility, they are just seeing it as a relief. So death, though it doesn't need any expertise to die, but there is a whole lot of science as to how to die. To make use of that event in the best possible way, there is a whole lot of systems. I think quite some time ago I said, from the date I leave, whatever the date, even if I leave tomorrow morning, what's the problem? Because I promised that after this, for 80 years, people will feel my presence strongly. That is, I will ensure that all of you are dead before I'm done. So if you maintain that, if you just maintain that connection, if you hold on, you will die well. I don't know whether you live well or not, that takes some skill. So life is something everybody has to pay attention to. Death, for you I would take care, but you're asking the question in general. So, how should one live? With the same ease with which you exhale. Actually, whenever you feel little uptight within yourself, whenever you feel little trapped within yourself, you always sigh, isn't it? That that is okay if you live like that. If you simply live like this, most wonderful. But if you live with a little sigh, still okay. But if it has to be punched out of you or squeezed out of you, that is not good. Life should depart gently. It settled into the womb like a snowflake without any effort. Many of you have been pregnant, there's still somebody here? Yeah. One day, after you conceived, one day, suddenly something boom came into you, nothing like that happened. It settled into you, another life settled into you without even you being conscious about it. With such gentleness, it settled in. Even a snowflake you would feel. It is much, much subtler than that. Like a gentle breeze, it walked in. Like a gentle breeze, it should walk out. Because that's how life is. Rest of the nonsense is created by you. Life comes in that way, goes out that way. If you are here just as life, if you have become the nonsense that you have gathered, the dirt bag that you are, it's not my terminology, this is the local terminology, they call you a dirt bag, because this is just earth. So the piece of earth that you gathered, you started having nonsensical ideas about it. Because of that, living is such a struggle. Otherwise, like a gentle breeze it came in, like a gentle breeze it should live, like a gentle breeze it should go. That's the way… that's the nature of life. That's the way life is. You might have made yourself into something else, that's different. People have made themselves into such a struggle. So death should happen like gentle breeze, like a gentle note out of a flute. Ooh, you must go. It'll be wonderful that you left in a song. But don't focus on death. It is only the reminder of your mortality which makes the small time span of life very precious, isn't it? If you were immortal, you wouldn't do anything right, I'm telling you. Yes, if you were immortal, you wouldn't do anything right. Now, because time is ticking, you're going. Just as you're doing this, you're going, do you know? Yes or no? Because it's ticking away, if you become aware, suddenly life becomes precious and valuable, not a moment to be missed.
If anything has to happen, right kind of atmosphere is very crucial. If this plant has to flower, the soil should be right. The seed may be great, but if the soil, the temperature, the air, the water, if it's not right, this great seed is not going to get anywhere. So creating an appropriate atmosphere for anything to happen is most important. Life happens because of ambience. It is the ambience of your mother's womb which made you who you are right now. It is the ambience of the family and social situations which slowly shaped you the way you are. This is something that people have not taken enough care about. When you were born as a helpless little baby or an infant, the lap of your mother
the comfort, the security, the nourishment of your mother's lap was crucial. Can I not grow up without it? You can. But it could be a struggle. It wouldn't be a joy to grow up. And it is possible that you could be physiologically or psychologically impaired in the process of your growth, simply because you did not have that lap. Can I not grow up in a crib? You can. But it wouldn't be the same. It would mean a lot of struggle. So even for your physiological and psychological growth, what kind of ambience? The lap of your mother, the maternal lap, becomes very important. For one's spiritual growth, for one to flower spiritually, the lap of grace is most important. Can I not grow without it? You can. It would be improper to say you cannot. You can. But it would be a lot of struggle. Lot of struggle. I don't see many here who would be capable of that kind of struggle. They would only give up. Because it takes almost inhuman attitude towards yourself. If you have to grow without grace, you have to be literally inhuman to yourself, very hard upon yourself. Otherwise, simply you will go in circles not knowing what you're doing. Is it the cruelty or the inhumanity of it which makes you grow? No. This cruelty and inhumanity makes sure that you don't go the wrong way. So people who chose very hard ways of doing things, they have chosen that way because they are orphan seekers. Without the lap of grace, they are trying to grow. I know the pain of this better than anybody. 2 lifetimes of heartbreaking sadhana. Really, body anyway breaks. You know, for some people their hearts break before their bodies break. But there are some others, they won't let their hearts break because they made themselves like stones. So body breaks first. But slowly, that also begins to break. Fortunately, you're right. But probably it took so long because I made myself like this. Even if God appears, I cannot bow down to Him. I filled myself with such sense of pride and hardness that even if God appears, I cannot bow. It took 2 lifetimes of softening up, full-time softening up, not part-time, I want you to know, full-time, to become overwhelmed, to allow somebody to overwhelm you. And once you genuinely bow down, now you can bow down to anything. You show me a pebble, I'll bow down, not just to the mountain. I bow down to the mountain every day. But you show me a little pebble, that also I'll bow down.
because it takes so much to realize that you actually do not even know what this blade of grass is yet. Even if you're a great scientist or a biologist, you still do not know what even this blade of grass is. Yes? You still do not know? Forget about the mountain, forget about the existence, forget about the creator altogether. Even this blade of grass, you still do not know it. You do not know an atom in this existence. You do not know an atom of this physical self. When you realize the magnitude of your ignorance, then you're willing to crawl at everything. When you come from an assumption, because of the bits and pieces of information that you have collected, when you come from the assumption that you know, your spine becomes like a steel rod and you cannot bend. You cannot bow at anything. Spent 2 lifetimes like steel. Steel is not strong. Only a fool thinks steel is strong. Steel is strong if you want to do menial jobs. But if you want to do the highest thing that a human being can do, you will see steel is not strong. That's not the kind of strength it takes. So to be in the lap of grace, and doubly to be in the grace of such a large establishment, it's a fortune. We can set up an experiment for you to experience what is the difference. If I make you walk, just walk away a kilometer or 2, and with your eyes closed, we'll help you, we will make sure that you don't walk into anything. With your eyes closed, maintaining a certain level of awareness, you walk, you will see a distinct difference taking you up, a distinct difference happening within the very physical system as you move closer to this space. Sit up, such a lap of grace, many have contributed. But now, around the world, all kinds of things are happening in the name of spiritual process. And this has caused immense damage to the very seeking in people. Because if there is no trustful ambience, there will be no spiritual process as such.
Sadhguru's Teachings.
Anger, resentment, hatred, these are all poisons that you drink and you expect somebody else to die. No, life doesn't work like that. You drink poison, you die. It's a very fair life.
Sir, when someone has wronged us or has abused us in some way, we either have feelings of hostility and resentment.
Oh, we must file a suit.
No, in a minor sense, if they abuse us or if they wrong us, we sometimes have feelings of resentment and hostility against them. and sometimes we might tend to forgive them and let it go. So my question here is, where must we draw a line to hold the wrongdoer responsible for what he does, and when should we know to forgive him, and when should we know to let it go? So this is the question.
See, this is not about the other person. The choice for you is this. If you are given a choice, right now, for all of you, if you are given a choice that you can either live joyfully, blissfully, or miserably, or in anger, or in stress, or in resentment, what is your natural choice? You must choose, I'm going to bless you right now. What is your natural choice? Joyfully, isn't it? Because every human being is looking for highest level of pleasantness for himself or herself. You can call it joy, you can call it bliss, these are just words. Essentially, we want highest level of pleasantness for ourselves. If your body becomes pleasant, we call this health. If it becomes very pleasant, we call this pleasure. If your mind becomes pleasant, we call this peace. If it becomes very pleasant, we call this joy. If your emotions become pleasant, we call this love. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it compassion. If your very life energies become pleasant, we call this bliss. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it ecstasy. If your surroundings become pleasant, we call this success. Only to make your surroundings pleasant, you need the cooperation of all these people. Because in creating an external situation, there are many forces involved. Not all of them you even know. You want to create a wonderful situation for yourself, you don't even know how many forces are working in that area. If you harness a few forces, if they cooperate, things will happen. If they don't cooperate, it won't happen. But for the pleasantness of the body, pleasantness of the mind, pleasantness of your emotion and energy, it's 100% you. Yes or no?
Yes.
Surroundings, creating situations in the surroundings, you need cooperation from the people, otherwise it won't happen. So only for success, you need cooperation. To keep yourself pleasant, it's 100% yours. So right now, you know well that you want to be peaceful, but somebody else is doing something. What are they doing? They know what they know best. They're abusing you. Why are they doing it? Because that's all they know. Yes or no? That is how they know their life, that's why they're doing it. If you become resentful and you think something will happen to them, see, these are things. Anger, resentment, hatred, these are all poisons that you drink and you expect somebody else to die. No, life doesn't work like that. You drink poison, you die, it's a very fair life. If you drink poison, you die. Very fair, isn't it so? I drink poison and you die, is it fair? So, people who are in anger, resentment, hatred, this is their thing. They are drinking poison. When I say poison, I am not saying in a moral sense. There is substantial medical evidence right now that we can show you with a blood test that 5 minutes before you take your blood test right now, 5 minutes you may remain in extreme anger and take your blood test, you will see you're chemically poisoned actually. So you're literally poisoning yourself, thinking it's going to hurt them. No, it's only going to hurt you. So it doesn't make sense to me, that's all. It's not a morality, whether you should get angry or not get angry. It's up to you if you want to make a mess out of yourself.
In the society, we live in organized groups where will continue to exist belief system. So, that means that will continue to exist conflicts.
You're saying they will continue to believe? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, belief system will continue to exist.
Are you making a prediction for the future?
Not necessarily a prediction.
I think if your intelligence functions, if you allow it to function, your intelligence is incapable of believing anything, isn't it so? Yes or no? Yes? Your intelligence wants to know. It is not ready to believe anything actually, but you are forsaking your intelligence because your fear is so dominant, you feel comfortable in believing. But if you allow your intelligence to take you ahead, your intelligence doesn't believe anything. It wants to know everything, isn't it? Yes, is that the nature of your intelligence? So, if you allow your intelligence to function, then you will see all your beliefs will just fall apart because you know you don't know, isn't it? But it takes a lot of pressure to make you admit it but actually you know that you don't know, isn't it? Do you know? Yes, then what's the problem? You don't have to admit it to anybody, at least to yourself. Can't you admit, okay, I don't know? If you don't know, do you see you have to use your intelligence? You see this? See, suppose, let's say it's pitch dark, you don't know how the ground is, do you see how alert you'll become? Every step that you take? That's how it is. When you do not know, everything becomes bright. It is just looking. Your intelligence is all hyped up and looking. When you assume, I know, everything settles down and you go on with your stupid life, isn't it? Is it all right if you use your intelligence? Do I have your permission? Is it okay for you to use your intelligence? Or is it against God? All right. I'm asking you, is it against God if you employ your intelligence and live your life? If God was against intelligence, He wouldn't have created it, isn't it? If the Creator was against you functioning intelligently, it wouldn't have been given to you, isn't it? So, if you employ your intelligence, you will see your intelligence is not willing to believe anything. It is only the fear in you. Don't you ever believe that it is bhakti. No bhakti, just fear which is making you believe things, isn't it? That's why you made it bhaya bhakti. There's no bhaya and bhakti together. If bhakti comes, I'm sorry, you know what's bhaya bhakti? Yourself? No? Bhaya means fear, bhakti means devotion. See, if devotion comes, fear will not exist in you. If fear exists, that means devotion has not come. But you made a hybrid. You want to have both bhaya bhakti. There's no bhaya bhakti, just bhaya, only fear. No fear and devotion cannot exist together. Please see this.